Hey everyone, welcome to the Breaking Point YouTube channel. If you're liking the videos, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get to the hunting action.
Start up your engines, yeah, we just begun. I came from a place on the other side of the sun. You could try to walk in my shoes, it's not enough. A million people crowding around, I'm still the one, yeah. Darling, I beg your pardon, I'm ready to get it started. I'm just what the doctor ordered, alright? Lamb unto the slaughter, I'm walking through muddy waters. Just follow me to the altar tonight. Second to none, ain't no place to run. One out of one, look at what I become. Brimstone on the tip of my tongue, cause I've been walking through the fire and we just warming up, yeah.
I was aiming for that as extra points. I bet you can't hit that thing from 81. It is Wednesday afternoon. Just getting ready here, heading out. Gonna sit a spot tonight we call Cluster. Actually be my first sit of the season. Filmed a couple nights, sat out a few nights. Mike killed a buck 2 nights ago. Last night was really warm and we didn't have winds to hunt where we wanted to hunt, so we took the night off, went golfing. But we finally got north winds. We've been waiting for them. I think 4 days of south winds now we've had, but it finally switched. But it brought smoke with it. There's fires going on up in Canada, and the whole prairie's just looks hazy out there. Hopefully that doesn't affect the deer, but we got high hopes tonight. There's a couple good bucks in this spot. They've been really close to daylight, within 5 or 10 minutes for a few nights in a row.
I was gonna let Ross hunt first, but he's got a couple bucks picked out at another spot. We wanna wait one more night to hunt. So I'm in the driver's seat tonight. We did bring Ross with us. I got Mike behind the main camera. And Ross is hanging in a saddle, probably 10 yards from us up in another tree, just for another angle because the spot sets up nice for it.
Ready for tonight, big night. Been waiting all week for today. We've had south winds, not great weather, but we got temp drop and pressure's rising. And our bucks, last night there were like 5 minutes, and then today with the temp drop like 10 degrees. We're thinking tonight's the night, so we're gonna shoot the bow, get ready, and we'll be heading out in the next 45 minutes to an hour.
It's September 5th. It's the day we've been waiting for all week. Been waiting on some north winds and a cold front to hunt these 2 deer that we call Bigfoot and Yeti. They were one of the first bucks we got showing up on camera. And we knew instantly that these are the bucks that we were going to be going after. We have not had a wind to come in here and the weather to push in here where we felt like it would be safe. We've been playing it safe all week. We've had a couple winds where we could have pushed in here, and we're thankful that we didn't, because these deer showing up 15-20 minutes after dark every night. But we decided tonight's the night. We got a big pressure's on the rise. It peaked about 1 p.m. today. This sets up, we're at the end of a tree row here, looking out into a big marsh. We got beans right here to the west of us.
Well, we just got back to camp. It's kind of a deflating night. We waited all week for this weather to hit, for this north wind. We're playing it safe. We're having these bucks in there a couple times throughout the week, and just didn't end up happening. We had that little buck come in really early. It was about 5:30, and hopes were high. We ended up having 2 does come in, and they ended up getting downwind of us. A spot where we didn't think they would get downwind of us, but they did. One blew, which could have messed it up for us. We're not really sure. We don't think it really affected them, though. They blew early, and you just never know out there with all the coyotes and stuff. But we're going to be back in the same tree tomorrow. We're going to give it one more shot there. We got a northeast wind tomorrow night, which now that we sat it, we think that's going to play a lot better than northwest.
Dead calm. And it's just light and variable. We got a little east wind right now. It's very, very borderline. Sun's about to go down in a few minutes. Hopefully the action starts to pick up. We have a good last sit here on our first trip to North Dakota. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying this week's content on the show. If you haven't already, check out our YouTube membership called the TBP Club. It allows you early access to all of our YouTube videos. It allows you access to our members only live Q&As, which is once a quarter. And it allows full access to our Rut Live grand prize giveaway. If you haven't already, check out the TBP Club.
Ross and I just got back to North Dakota today. Got up super early this morning, drove up here, and ran around all afternoon, pretty much pulling blinds and cameras in spots that we just weren't getting good bucks on. We narrowed down, I think we had 19 or 20 spots total. We got her cut down to 6 or 7 right now, all of which have good bucks. We've got some cool weather coming. It's been warm out here pretty much since we left. It's supposed to be warm again here the next day, and then it's supposed to slowly start dropping off, and by Friday, Saturday, we're looking at north winds and 15 to 20 degrees cooler. So we're gonna give her hell here for 4 or 5 days, maybe longer, depending on how it's going, and see if we can't knock down a buck or two. do it.
September the 18th. Ross and I are back in North Dakota. We drove up here yesterday. Spent most of the day picking up cameras and blinds in spots where we weren't getting good deer on camera. Pretty much got it narrowed down to a handful of spots where we think we got a chance here over the next 4 or 5 days. It's been super hot out here in the 80s for about a week straight. Ever since we left, it's been hot. But we got a cold front coming by this weekend. They're talking north winds and highs in the 60s, so pretty drastic change in the weather. Still a little warm today, probably in the upper 70s. But we're in a spot that sets up great for south winds. A spot that I actually killed a buck in here last year. We call it Oscar Meyer. Scott hunted it a couple times opening week, and they laid eyes on a couple of the good bucks. They just never made it into bow range.
We're gonna eat some lunch, probably shoot the bow a little bit, and we're gonna head back to the same spot tonight. Those deer all came in there last night after we left, so I think we got out of there fairly clean. Even McNasty, the one that come in and boogered last night, he was in there again last night, so give her another shot. Wind's good for it, so get a full belly and head her to the blind here shortly.
We got probably less than 2 hours till dark. We're gonna settle in and hopefully one of these bucks shows up tonight and Ross and I can break the ice here in North Dakota.
Pretty slow night. Had that one young buck come in and feed. He fed for probably 5 or 10 minutes and then rolled out and just never seen anything else. Super windy. Wind never really died down. So we snuck out of there, I think, pretty clean again. But not really sure. We've been in there 2 nights in a row. Back to the drawing board. We got one other spot in mind, potentially for tomorrow night.
In the fiercest from danger. Let me be your shield.
Yeah. Yeah.
September 20th. Ross and I are still here in North Dakota. This is our third night in a row back in the same blind. We just can't leave this spot alone. These south winds, we've only really got one other option right now. And the deer in that spot have been super inconsistent. So we just can't not come back here. About 20 or 30 minutes after we snuck out of here last night, all the bucks came in. McNasty and 3 or 4 other ones. This will probably be our last sitting here for this trip. Wind switch to the north tomorrow, which we've been waiting for. We got a good spot in mind for tomorrow night. But hopefully we can scratch one out here tonight. Go to the 7. Never mind the 8. Good. Well, that escalated quickly. Sitting here all night, hadn't seen a deer. Wouldn't you know it, out of nowhere, these 2 bucks, these are the 2 bucks that have been by far the most regular on the camera, popped up here about 30 yards to our left. Ross seen them coming right down the tire tracks. They came in and they're both great deer. I was going to shoot whichever one gave me an opportunity, and I kind of flip-flopped on Ross a couple times because just how they were standing, I'm like, one of them's an 8, one of them's a 7. I ended up shooting the 8. But we just watched the footage back. The shot is definitely a touch higher than I was hoping for. But we are a little bit higher up here, so we got that downward angle. It ain't much, but it's a little, and it might help us here. But we're just gonna slowly gather our stuff up and go take a look at that arrow. I'm praying I got the top of the lungs. Blood up here. I don't know, do you think there's any reason to not go after him right now? No. I feel like it's a good thing that he's just plowing through this stuff. I hear my light. I'm not gonna lie, man, I was worried. was definitely worried. That shot was higher than I wanted. Ross and I don't want to say we've been grinding, but it's been wearing on us mentally. These deer have been just wearing us out, playing games with us. Came up here for the opening week, probably hunted, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 days, something like that. Mike was fortunate enough to knock down a great buck, and then we were just playing cat and mouse with these deer, and just bad luck, really. We'd go one spot, they'd move at a different one. We'd jump around, we'd go to a spot, farmers would come in and start harvesting, just stuff like that over and over, and it was weighing on us, but we finally connected the dots here tonight. Very familiar spot. Actually killed a buck in here last year, same exact setup. My shot was a touch higher than I wanted it to be, but we were just up a little bit higher than the deer were, so we got a nice kick down, and as you can see, the exit here is about perfect. Couldn't be more tickled with this buck. Tagged out here in North Dakota. Ross is up to bat next, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.